So everyone's been loving that new Kingdom Come game. You know what? We'll keep that. Let's see if YouTube counts that as swearing in the first 30 seconds. It's on my backlog, as is the first one, still. Giant RPGs like that always kind of intimidate me, which is a little weird because I'm someone who regularly throws 40 to 50 hours at Dark Souls 1 replays, but I digress. It seems like a really good, really passionately made game, and that's the kind of thing I love to see from the industry, even if the gameplay isn't really my cup of tea. And if there's one thing that we know about well-made games with gameplay more complex than red light, green light, it's that they tend to sell well on the PC. I don't mean that to be a dig at console gamers, not at all, but it's also just kind of a fact of life that more complex games tend to do better on the PC, where the platform is more complex, hence the popularity of strategy games and simulators over here. But if there's another thing we know about the dynamic between console and PC games, it's that a lot of console gamers have this weird misconception that PC gamers don't actually buy any games, and that all the PC gamers in the world just pirate everything and never pay for anything, which always makes it awkward when giant publishers like Capcom and Ubisoft make statements about how much money they're making on the PC, and it's also extra awkward when companies like Sony port their console exclusives to the PC, because obviously they wouldn't be doing that if there wasn't any money to be made by doing so, but I digress again. The point is, Kingdom Come is selling extremely well, and it put up some pretty impressive numbers, on Steam especially. Not only did this game sell over 1 million copies across all platforms within its first 24 hours, which is insane, but it also broke over 120,000 concurrent players on Steam within its first hour of release. And even though concurrent players are obviously not a direct indication of how many copies of a game have been sold, the best-selling single-player games of all time will only ever have a fraction of that buying base online at any given time because they're single-player games. However, very high concurrent player counts for single-player games do have certain implications. The fact that over 120,000 people were all playing this offline single-player game immediately upon release, that is a sign of extremely strong initial sales. And even as I'm recording this video on February 11th, roughly a week after the game came out, it's still in the Steam top sellers charts. And I, being a lovable and totally conflict-free PC YouTuber, tweeted about this news saying, PC gamers don't buy games. And wow, would you look at that? A bunch of people decided to come into my replies and try to argue that, yes, PC gamers, in fact, don't buy games, even though I'm literally tweeting out evidence that PC gamers do buy games. I'm honestly kind of amazed that I've gotten to this point where I can basically tweet out anything and get content out of it, because that's how dedicated some people are to defending console gaming and demeaning PC gaming for absolutely no reason. But anyways, I made this tweet saying PC gamers don't buy games, obviously as a joke because PC gamers do buy games, and some people actually tried to argue with me in the replies that PC gamers don't buy games, even though the post in question literally has evidence that PC gamers do buy games. Does your brain have enough holes in it? Because it's about to have a few more. Tripster responds and says 120k ain't that much. Obviously, I responded and said 120k concurrent within an hour of launch in the middle of a work week. I'm curious what you think an impressive number would be. Fantastic ratio by yours truly, by the way. And he never responded to me. Of course he didn't, because there is no response to this. Console fanboys can't put numbers on these kinds of things, because if they do put numbers on these kinds of things, it makes it harder for them to move the goalposts. 120,000 people all bought this single player game and all hopped on this single player game in the middle of a work week immediately upon the single player game becoming available. That is nuts. That is bonkers. If 120,000 people during non-peak hours were on this game, how many people do you think bought it? That's the point that a lot of us were making with this concurrent player count. Concurrent player counts are not helpful for determining how many people bought the single player game, because single player games are played on your own time. And also, unlike multiplayer games, unlike live service games, you finish a single player game. There's a whole load of single player games that I've bought and that I've finished. I'm never going to contribute to their player counts ever again, but I still bought them. That's why concurrent player counts are kind of unhelpful when it comes to determining sales. But again, that being said, 120,000 people all immediately upon this game releasing. Despite it releasing in the middle of a work week and in the middle of a work day, this was the pure opposite of peak gaming hours, and 120,000 people on one platform were all playing it. What do you think that means for the sales of the game? What do you think that means for the total player base? And even as I'm speaking right now, the player counts for Kingdom Come 2 look like this. This is how many people are playing the game right now at fucking 3:55 p.m. on a Tuesday. How many people do you think have this game in their library? But no, according to Tripster, 120k in the middle of a work week, immediately upon release for an offline single-player game, that ain't that much. Please, I'm waiting to hear what would be that much. I'm waiting to hear what would be an impressive number. Again, you won't give me one, because then when that number inevitably is hit, you can't move the goalposts, because you people are all the same. I can't stand it. Oh my god. I got quote tweeted by someone named Oliver Darko, who says Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is currently #1 on torrent sites. And apparently 25 people thought this was a really great point, like a really great counter. The fact that it's #1 on torrent sites, like, yeah, it just came out. It's at the top of the sales charts. Of course it's at the top of the torrent charts as well. That being said, I find it very funny that console fanboys will dismiss Steam charts as not being indicative of good sales, but they will also throw out torrent charts as evidence of it being pirated a lot. Have you noticed that? You hear this all the time with PlayStation PC ports, and now they're doing it with Kingdom Come. You point out that the game is selling well, as evidenced by the game being at the top of the sales charts, and they'll be like, that doesn't actually mean it's a good selling game. PC gamers don't buy games. But then they'll find the game at the top of a torrent chart and be like, look, see, the fact that it's at the top of the charts automatically means the numbers associated with the chart are large. Like, so the game being at the top of a sales chart doesn't actually equal a high number of sales, but the game being at the top of a torrent chart does equal a high number of pirated copies. Do I have that right? Are you sticking with that argument? Like, either charts mean something or they don't. You literally cannot make both these arguments at the same time, but you people keep trying to, and it's really stupid. At Daily Weed Man says, now show banana game player count, laughing. Steam has 132 million users or something like that compared to 120k players. It's a flop, mate, laughing clown. Oh boy. Okay, the #1 game on Steam charts right now, the player count looks like this. Okay, so like just for some like relativeness here, but also again, 120,000 people in the middle of a work week for a single player game, an offline single player game, a game where shared servers and shared community is not important at all. 120,000 people, and you're telling me this is a flop. You're looking me in the face and telling me this is a flop. The game flopped because only 120,000 people were playing it on a fucking work day. Like, never mind the fact that there are tens of thousands, potentially even over 100,000 people playing this offline single player game at any given time. Meaning there are enough people when someone finishes their play session, someone new comes and takes their place on the player account. Someone finishes the game, someone new buys the game and boots it up. At any given time, there are tens of thousands of people playing this game on PC alone. And you're telling me that this game is a flop. No, you know what? Username checks out. Take a fucking tea break. Holy shit. No, dude, weed doesn't actually impact your mental function. It impacts yours. Fuck. Dead says 120k, not that much, lil bro. Is that a Destiny profile picture? I have to fucking Google what the Destiny logo looks like because I just don't care enough. Yeah, that totally is a Destiny thing. Huh. Interesting. So 120k isn't that much. Do we want to look at Destiny 2's player counts? Because I'll put them on screen here. It's just a little funny. I would even say this is a lot funny. The offline single player game is putting up better numbers than Destiny 2. But also, that's not that much, lil bro. Methinks you're wrong. Craig Owen says, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is pretty much a PC game, though. What? Stebit0 says, low number. PC equals piracy. 426 million PC in the world. 120,000 is a low number. 100 shrug emoji. First of all, do you really think there's only 426 million PCs in the world? Like, are we really sticking with that? Because I kind of feel like that's wrong. But even assuming that's correct, even assuming there are 426 million PCs in the world, not every PC is a gaming PC. Not every Not every PC is being used by a PC gamer. And I also noticed that you have a PlayStation profile picture here. Are we really going to make the user base percentage argument right now? Like, are we really gonna try and determine whether or not a game is a flop or success based on what percentage of the user base is playing it? Is that really the route you want to take right now as a PlayStation fan? Because God forbid we have some variety in our gaming platforms. God forbid we have lots of stuff to play over here. Also, a game doesn't have to be successful by getting whatever fucking arbitrary percentage of the user base you determine to be successful. Like again with the numbers, you guys never put a number on things. You're like, comparative to the number of users, this is a low amount. It's a low percentage of the total number of users. Therefore, it's a flop. Okay, what percentage wouldn't be a flop? It's a secret. Everything is a flop because I said so. Like fucking, oh my god. You fucking people, I swear. Shorter video today, because this one's been sitting on my backlog for a couple days. I'm only just now getting around to recording it. I had the idea over the weekend. I'm just now getting to it, and I'm trying to knock this fucker out before the state of play. Maybe I'll make a video on that if there's anything interesting. I kind of don't think there will be. We'll see if that sentence ages well or not. But it's supposed to be like a 40+ minute state of play. I guess we'll start a little counter for how many times Bloodborne isn't mentioned. But like, look, kings are gonna come, PC gamers are gonna buy games. Those are two things that are true, okay? Kings are gonna come, PC gamers are gonna buy games. Put that on a fucking coaster. Put it on a mouse pad. Put it on a mouse pad. Have you heard of novaproducts.gg? Code Joe from Seattle for a discount on a mouse pad? You can that was bad. That was really bad. Okay, I'm just gonna do the Doofus Club shoutouts and forget about that. And I'll bet you anything, this was the worst video you've seen all day. Like, I promise you, you have not watched a worse video today than this video. Okay, Doofus Club shoutouts, here we go. Binary Deviant Zombie Fan, if you read this, you get a Klepto Penguin, Joe got a community full of furries, me included, Stoico, Partial Mean 8, Wild Gamer 2001, GWXSS, Frito Sandwich, Doom Kaiju, Rasp the Wolf, Evan Co, Sad Ufredo, OK Toodles, Tech Gaming, Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Carlos Host, Wade Hernandez, Jeremillo, Really Zerd, Gaming with Dead People, Bender Fondue, All Games Video, Mad Rocks 2682, Neon Alec, Max Killer V2 Gaming, Biscuit 1101, Firestorm 2056, Yoggster, Horizon Forbidden West Remastered, Pope Raphael the Rat King, Jessica Shepard, Joe, I'm sorry, I'm buying a MacBook and an iPhone, Blast 1314, Riki D Spiral, Riki D Katabi, and Omega Muskie Tech Manix, I misspelled Fredo and YT made me wait 14 days to fix my name, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Karumi the Steel Angel, Keep on Doofing, Smash Jump, Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron von Vaterham, the Silver Dragon, changed my name to help Joe pad his runtime, Cyrus, forgot to cancel and now can't afford a motorcycle. True Texan 940 cents under Kage Joe, what was my last name? You remembered, right? Nope. Hinoka's #1 Saudi fan, Creed Warrior 23, Max Itchev, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Totally Insane, Even Vendetta, Autry, Black Cobra, Anon Voila, Voxalto, Night of Cypher, Cloaked Onyx, Ninox, Reborn Me with the fan art, Nick, ML04, I own 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray, What the fan art, Joe from Seattle's Fursuit Dealer, Wolf of Midnight, Stick Rider, The Cunt Connoisseur, Pig Venus, Kev Dog 1992, Steve Wynn Studios, Film McCracken, The Beesoms, Own Gaming, Tariq Brown, Tom from Spokane, Hero Culture, Pookie Bear, Joe from Seattle has a really big peen, Thornscade, Maganek, Ex Machina Gamma, Severin Evans, Mr. Spawning 03, The Catalina Ricken Wine Mixture Pow Pow, Wide Trouble, Donnie Weston, Dick Nodigan, Gob Gonson, Rogue Winter 919, Bobby Hinner, D Doug Nigsy, Grimsy, Gesh I feel like I was getting it. I fucking give up with this fucking name. Oh my god, I love you, but oh my god, I can't read that. Hangman for Hire, Neld Non Then Noblin. Fart in my face. Edge Knight 1789, Frost Crystal, Jimmy Chops, Biogenesis, I Campso, Ian in Action, Floppy Pingus 97, Michael Musical, Mega Key, Kushko, The Scruffy Skull, Ghost Toad, Ryu Sagi, The Judge 06, Fast Growth, Femtega, Raptor Tim, Omnis Steph 94, Mr. Self-Destruct, Blue Hook, Joe remasters videos faster than Sony does. Games. I don't know why I read it like that. 15,000 wasps in a trench coat, waiting outside. Snorlax and I love my 1TB OLED Steam Deck. Hashtag not sponsored. Jody Breeze, the Almond God. JTEX Doom gameplay. Demetrius Papajorno, make advertisement. Diego Garcia. Hey, it's Maddie. Kibbigans, Boofner, I American Idiot, Rebel Blood 80, and Twain Horton. Joe, plug the Discord right now. P.S. You're a furry. No, I'm not a furry, but also discord.gg/doofus. Console Sims Tears. Hentai, Raven Blood, Rot, Justin Mad, Ren, Roy, Toonie Wayne, The Highlander was a documentary. Extreme the Wolf 7, Joey Scoops, Puntane, Joe Taku. I'm the Decoy from JTEC TV's Doom video. Help. Geek Star, Wannabe Hobo, Jidge, Westa, Billet 310 Jar, Robs C, Veg, Groovy Banana, Curtin Allen's back, the Scrum Master, everybody above me is a doofus. Fact check true. Okay, Toodles.